Okay, I had to free up some space there. My last video cut out, so I just came through what was the quarry area. This is incline number 3, so that was the quarry area. And this was the longest of the 3 inclines. So again, I'm trying to explain the process. So the horses were uncoupled, the wagons were uncoupled on Barnhill Road, and then chains were attached to the wagons, and the wagons were dragged up here. Quite a steep incline here and gradients, and so the wagons were dragged up here, the empty carts, and then the full wagons were brought back down. So it's kind of almost like a pendulum system. It wasn't a funicular railway. There is this confusion that it was actually a funicular railway. No, it's just the uses of friction wheels, which there was a couple, and chains attached to the wagons enabled the wagons to navigate the steep gradient. So these are all 20th century houses on this side here. So let's just go in here, see what we can see. Here we are. This is the former track bed, just in there. So where that cutting is where the tram line was. So deep in that cutting there would have been rails, and so this was quite an operation. Hundreds of people were involved on a daily basis. And as I said in my previous video, reading Rob's book, Rob Goodbody, the great local historian, you can sort of visualise the engineering feat it was to extract the rock was one thing, but bringing the rock down to build that in the background was another thing, the harbour. So there's Sandy Cove, Martella Tower. So we're coming to the end of this 3rd incline. So I thought it was the first one, but the first incline would have been at the summit of the quarry, where the rock was put in the wagons. So there would have been a friction wheel around here somewhere with the chains, and the wagons would have been taken off and then put onto the horses. So it would have been transferred to the horses here, and then the horses would have had at an angle, would have brought the wagons across the road. So looking back at the cutting there, and the friction wheel, would have been a friction wheel there, and they would have come at an angle across the road here, actually here, would have come through there, across the road. So just looking back, come right through here, and so it's quite an operation. Horses would have stopped here, the chains would have been taken off them, road maintenance, chains would have been taken off them, then again with the friction wheels and the chains would have dragged it up onto the 2nd incline up to Ardburugh Road, and then again the horses would have been on standby to bring it across Ardburugh Road, so we're into the quarry area, and then brought up. You can see the grooves of the tracks of the chains embedded in the rock as you come down. So it's just a little bit of information here before I go. So as I said, 1817, okay, the harbour's completed, so it took 25 years. 1842, up to 250 horses, 250 drivers were employed. And there's a photograph, not of it, but something similar. the horses, the wagons. This is in a mine shaft. And here we have the illustration here. Here's the inclines. There you go. There's Barnhill Road. There's the old atmospheric railway station. And here's the inclines 1, incline 2, or sorry, incline 2, incline 3. So 3 inclines. And here we have a scale model. The wagon's been dragged up on a pulley system. And there's the friction wheel. So each section, full wagons, empty wagons, full wagons, empty wagons. So it gives you a better idea. So that was an operation in 1842, and then 2 years later they used the track bed, more or less the same track bed for the pioneer and atmospheric line, and then to conventional railway in 1854. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. I put some information in and links in. There's some very good links. We'll elaborate more. I'm not in the raw good body standard, but I've learned a lot off them. But this is quite an historical and industrial area. Thanks for watching.